Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be my recommendations for the upcoming Priceline sale. So if you guys don't know, Priceline is going to be having their sale for 40% off cosmetics, which is super exciting for us Australians. If you don't know, we pay a ridiculous amount of money for makeup and skincare and hair care and pretty much everything. So when there is a really great sale, this is definitely the time that we should take advantage of it. And I'm going to share with you guys my top picks for what I would recommend you guys for the 40% off Priceline sale. Starting off with foundation. So I have recently become a little bit in love with these two foundations in particular. So the first one is by Maybelline, and this is their Superstay 24-hour foundation. I've got two shades. This one is 21 Nude Beige, and I also have 30 Sand, which is a little bit darker. This is definitely a thinner consistency, so if you're someone who likes a little bit more of a medium to fuller coverage foundation and you have more of a combination to oily or even normal skin, this will be really nice for you. Really lovely. It does last quite a long time, so it does last on the skin. So if that's an issue that you guys are having, definitely check this one out. It is quite nice. I think best application is definitely with either a brush for full coverage or a sponge if you don't mind building it, but all round really nice foundation. Now the foundation that I am currently wearing and am definitely loving is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. This is their new formulation. So in this they have added in a bunch of vitamins. It's supposed to last up to 16 hours. Definitely can't vouch for that when it comes to the longevity, but I really enjoy it. I think it's really lovely and it feels really lightweight on the skin. I did actually do an Instagram video on this look as well, so you guys can check it out. I've pretty much used absolutely everything that you can purchase at Priceline, and a lot of the things that I am using in that video I'm recommending to you today. So this is the foundation that I used in that video, but it is a really lightweight kind of serum-y. It looks really nice and healthy on the skin, and if you're someone who has drier skin or you just like a really nice radiant glow, this is definitely one for you to try. I will say I am combination to oily, and I do find towards the end of the day I do look a little bit shiny, but if you don't mind touching up with a powder that I'm going to recommend to you guys, then it's definitely not going to be an issue. But because it does have all your vitamins and it does have, you know, more of that serum kind of base, really radiant kind of finish, this is definitely going to be one that you'll have to touch up if you have more of an oily complexion, but still really beautiful foundation, and I would recommend it to pretty much anyone who is not, you know, super oily. Moving on to concealers. So I have two to recommend to you today. So one is by Models Prefer, which is Priceline's own brand. So this is the Argan Infusion Liquid Concealer. This I've had in my collection for quite some time, but I've recently busted it out and I've really been enjoying it. It definitely gives more of a light kind of coverage, so it's not for those who like really full coverage concealers. This is a little bit lighter. Again, it has that argan oil in it, so it's going to be a little bit more hydrating, a little bit sheerer coverage, but it can definitely be built up a little bit to more of a medium coverage. Again, I use this one in that video as well, but this is really lovely. I use the color medium. They've got, I believe, light, medium, and dark. I think it's just a very straightforward range, but really nice concealer. It has your doe foot applicator as well, which makes it so much easier to apply. Just really have been enjoying it, and if you're someone who doesn't mind a lighter coverage concealer that's quite hydrating, you'll definitely really enjoy this, and again, I definitely recommend it. The second concealer is actually a palette, and this is more of a corrector rather than a concealer. So if you guys are after, you know, the really just like, if you're after like a color correcting palette that's not gonna, you know, charge you like $1 million for it, this is definitely one that I have recently just started using, but I'm definitely confident enough to recommend it to you guys because I have been really enjoying it. So this is a new palette from Rimmel. Now this is their Insta range, and they did actually release quite a few products in there. Really beautiful. I'm actually recommending two of their products to you today. So this is the Insta Conceal and Correct palette. Now this does have your very traditional color correcting colors. So you've got your pink, your peachy undertone for the under eye circles. You've got your green to correct redness, any kind of blemishes, rosacea, that kind of thing around the face. That'll definitely definitely help. And then you've also got the purple, which would really help with dull skin. So if you're finding that your skin's looking a little bit dull, if you're feeling a bit tired, it's a little bit dark in certain areas, you know, maybe around like the laugh lines or the forehead or anywhere, you can use the purple and that will really help brighten it up a little bit. These are really creamy as well. They're very easy to blend and they do have a nice little mirror in there as well. So you can take it on the go if you want to, but really, really lovely. I really have been enjoying the consistency and the way that it looks on the skin. Again, I did use this in that video, so you can definitely check it out and see how it works. But yeah, it's still a new purchase or still a new release, and I'm definitely confident enough to recommend it to you guys. Ooh, I'm actually recommending 3 products from the Insta range. So next product that I've really been enjoying from that Rimmel range is the Insta Fix and Matte Powder. This is actually just a translucent powder. People freak out when they see that it's white. It goes on completely translucent, so I usually recommend translucent powders to a lot of people because if you go through all the hard work to find your favorite, you know, foundation color or concealer color, you don't want to change it too much with a full coverage kind of powder, which I will recommend one to you, but this is definitely the way that I've been opting for a lot of my customers and a lot of people who are asking for, you know, a good powder. I definitely opt for them to go for a translucent no matter what the brand is, but this is really lovely. It's a really finely milled powder, so you can definitely put it on underneath the eyes. It just sets everything in place. I use this underneath the eyes and all over the face today, and I just use 2 different brushes. I find it works really, really well, and I find it just keeps me matte for a little bit longer. But for a translucent powder and from Rimmel, you know, they're really, really affordable and definitely something that I recommend you guys checking out. So if you are totally against the translucent powders and you like that fuller coverage powder, this Australis Fresh and Flawless has been a favorite for so many years, and I know a lot of you guys really enjoy it as well. But if you guys are after, you know, that powder foundation, or if you're after just a fuller coverage powder to put over your foundation, this is definitely one that I would recommend. I've gone through so many of these. It is not even funny. They're so affordable anyway. They're like $14 or $15, which is such a good price for such a good powder. This particular one is in Deep Natural. The color selection isn't the greatest, but I do really enjoy this. So if you can find a color in the range, I would definitely recommend checking it out, but I'm sure you guys already have and already love it. I actually only got one eyeshadow palette that I've really been enjoying, and again, I used it in today's tutorial, but anything from this range, no matter what the color is, I would definitely recommend checking it out. And these are again from Maybelline. They're like these little like 4 kind of quad, really pretty like metallic colors. Again, I use them on my eyes. These are so pigmented and they're so smooth. It is awesome. So these are like really affordable, really beautiful. Really enjoy these, and they've got quite a few colors in their range. They've got quite a few different eyeshadow palettes in general. Like I've got one here. I've used it in that, but you know, like it's not the greatest, but you know, still really great if you're just beginning. But these are definitely something that I would recommend you guys checking out. You really cannot go wrong with the pigmentation and the price. These are really beautiful, and you've got 4 colors to choose from in the palette. I also have 2 eyeliners to share with you guys. Now, again, I used one of them in today's tutorial, but I would recommend a lot of the different shades, not just this one. This one's by NYX, and it is their Vivid Brights. Now, they've got quite a few colors in their range that are really, really fun. So if you're wanting to experiment with some color, but you don't want to pay like, you know, a ridiculous price to pay with color, definitely check out NYX with their eyeliners. This is a liquid liner, so it comes with a really nice thin brush, and it's just a really easy eyeliner to put on. Like if you guys watch my tutorial on Instagram, you'll see how quick and easy it was to do this liner. I literally did it in like 30 seconds. It was so quick. I just think the brush really is just, it's incredible. It really, really is. This particular color is called Vivid Blossom, but they have some really cool colors. They've got like a really white. They've got some really fun colors. I think there's like an orange, a yellow, there's a blue, I think there's a green. There's some really fun colors to you, for you to kind of play with and really experiment with. I will definitely pick up a couple more of these if I can, because they are really nice, and for the price you really can't go wrong with them either. Now, another product from NYX, this is their Wonder Pencil, and this is a multi-purpose kind of pencil, I suppose. You can use it as a concealer or as an eyeliner, however you prefer. I really enjoy putting this in my bottom waterline, and this really just brightens up the eyes a little bit. I tend to get really red eyes all the time, and this really just counteracts it a little bit and makes me feel a little bit more awake and, you know, like I've actually slept for the whole 8 hours that I actually got. This is really nice though. It's super creamy. You can use it, like I said, as a concealer, so if you find the right color and you want to do any kind of like blemish concealing, this is really nice, and you can definitely take it on the go with you if you need to touch up. It's not like super obnoxious like you're bringing like a whole concealer palette with you. This is a little bit more subtle and it'll be a little bit quicker as well. It's really creamy and you can really blend it out with just a finger if you want to, so again, perfect for on the go. But yeah, really enjoy this. Would highly recommend you guys checking these out if you're wanting a new nude eyeliner. We're on the home stretch, so moving right along to lip products. So the one and only lip product that I still think stands out compared to any brand in the whole entire makeup aisle is the NYX Butter Glosses. I just cannot get over these. I still love them. I still use them all the time, even though they've been out, you know, for so long. And a lot of you guys, I'm sure, have tried them and you love them just as much as I do. I think they're only like $9.95, so they're gonna be like $6 like with the sale. It's so affordable. Now, the 3 colors that I wanted to recommend to you guys, I've got a Claire, which is more of a purpley kind of pink color. You've also got Creme Brulee, which is like the perfect like nudie color. It's gorgeous. And also Angel Food Cake, and this is a little bit darker. I've got it on my lips at the moment over just like another lipstick, but it is a beautiful darker kind of pinky nude color. So definitely neutrals, but I think that's what everyone's kind of into, so this is what I'm recommending. These are just so comfortable. I'm sure you guys have tried them, so I won't rave on about them too much, but these are awesome and they're going to be so affordable, so I'd recommend you guys checking them out if you guys are after a new lip gloss. That did not want to come out. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys that I'm recommending is the new Rimmel Insta Fix and Go. The reason that I'm recommending it to you guys is because it is actually a primer and a setting spray all in one. So if you are wanting to try like the primer sprays and you don't want to splurge on, you know, like the Smashbox ones or anything like that, definitely give this one a go first and see if you really enjoy it. And if you do, then you can always splurge on the higher end brand. But for Rimmel, you know, it's really affordable. It's really accessible. Everyone can get their hands on it, and it's going to be super cheap with the 40% off. I have tried it both as a primer and a setting spray. I do personally prefer it as a setting spray rather than a primer. That's just because I prefer a thicker primer, and that's just, you know, my preference. But you can definitely test it out and see if you like it as a primer and setting spray, or if you want to just use it as a primer and not a setting spray, or a setting spray, not a primer. If you get what I mean. But yeah, really lovely, and I've really been enjoying it. I've used it quite, I've used it a few times, and I feel like it definitely does keep my makeup on just a little bit longer. I mean, it's nothing phenomenal, but I think it works. And if it works, I'll recommend it. And that, guys, is everything that I am recommending to you guys. If you guys are planning on shopping the sale, please let me know what you guys are getting, because, you know, I'm a little bit of a makeup addict myself as well, and I would love to see what you guys are purchasing so I can jump on that bandwagon and buy the same things. But again, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.